New from Eureka and their Masters of Cinema series is Rack and Ruin, the latest box set from the Masters of Cinema series, the latest set of films from the DEFA range of films that they have licensed, and I am really enjoying a lot of these sets. Now, I was interested about this because Tremor film or Rubble films is something I hadn't really heard of before. A whole spate of films coming just after the war that is all about World War II. And I think the idea of that and seeing it from a different perspective from people who were, really directly impacted, and you see that within the film, is just something that's really kind of interesting. And now, going into these films, I'm not expecting the most amazing films ever. It's more a curiosity, a time, a place, seeing the landscape as it is after this war that was such a huge event. Now, what we have in The Murderers Are Among Us from 1946 is Dr. Hans Martens, who is returning to Berlin after World War II. He's struggling with trauma, with guilt, with alcoholism. He moves into a ruined apartment with Suzanne, a concentration camp survivor who has returned home. And as Hans is trying to rebuild his life with the help of Suzanne, he discovers that his old captain within the war, who was directly responsible for the execution of civilians during the war, is doing really well for himself. He is succeeding, he has a business, he is growing and having a great life.
Erinnern Sie sich noch?
Erinnern? Ach, Menschenskind. Ich denke so oft an die goldenen Tage der Freiheit im grauen Rock.
Gehen Sie.
And it's that idea that Hans just can't justify. This person that did atrocities and seems to be having a great life. And as we go into this film, you really see the landscape of Berlin. You see the destruction, the buildings that are torn down, how people are living, and what's left of their town is just stunning. From a visual standpoint, it really does add a lot to it. I thought Hans was a great character. You can see him struggling with his part in the war, what he has done. His relationship with Suzanne is really quite nice as well, because in one hand you have a German soldier, and on the other hand you have a concentration camp survivor. And it's that guilt and responsibility that comes through in the film, whether individuals should be held accountable for their crimes or whether post-war society is going to allow them to walk free and continue to live their lives as if nothing has happened.
Aber den größten Vergnügen, meine Damen.
Aber im Künstlerzimmer sind wir mehr unter uns.
Sie, meine Damen, wollte schon mal einen Blick hinter die Kulisse tun.
It also kind of looks at rebuilding from ruins. The place that they are living in is horrible. It's dilapidated, it's run down, it's bombed to hell, and people are just trying to make the best of it. But you can see the almost cloud that's hanging over them. This is a symbolic year zero moment. Cinema used as a tool for rebuilding and a reckoning of what has happened. I think there are really good moments throughout this film as well, regardless of the stark images of Berlin's ruins, the skeletal buildings and the rubble-strewn streets and people living in half buildings where walls are just falling down. It's just shocking. It's hauntingly real. You have Hans' drunken relapse at Christmas as he is moved on with his life but is still struggling with that survivor's guilt. Suzanne's compassionate strength, someone who was persecuted in the war, who is willing to look by it, and the ramifications of what's going to happen to the captain.
Was ist Ihnen denn? Was ziehen Sie mich denn so an? Habe ich Ihnen was getan?
Es ist ein eigenartiges Gefühl, eine Waffe in der Hand zu halten.
It is really great. You know, I wasn't expecting the film to be as impactful as what it is, to have such a stark sort of imagery with a tale of looking to make accountable the people who did these atrocities. There are moments in the film where the quality kind of lacks a little bit, and that's primarily due to the elements that they have. And it states that at the start that there are some elements which aren't great, but they present the film, and it is a landmark historical film. And it makes me really excited to check out the rest of this box set and see what it has to offer. But for now, let's dive into the disc and have a look at the extras. Here we are in the disc for The Murderers Are Among Us. We've got the film with the German model, an audio commentary by Sergio Angelini, From the Rubble, Clear Night on the Foundations of DEFA, which runs at 28 seconds. This is terrific because it's really telling you about how the company actually started, a little bit about the history of Germany at that time and its filmmaking. I found it really informative and shedding a light on a lot of that company. Rebuilding Berlin is an archival documentary from DEFA. It runs at 22 minutes 48 seconds, and again, just visually it is interesting to see the shell-shocked landscape of Berlin at the time, the state of the buildings, the way life tried to just continue on. It's really interesting just as a visual look, but what it's backing up with how they intend to rebuild and how they're trying to do is great as well. The Eyewitness 1946-08 is a newsreel all about the production of this film, how it's good to go into business, a little bit of behind the scenes showing them shooting the film, the idea of the people behind it. It's kind of like a making of almost. That's the extras for The Murderers Are Among Us. So there we have it. The first set in the Rack and Ruin box set was a winner. It's powerful, it's a historical, essential film. It's not only the first German film after World War II, but it's a kind of courageous act of reckoning with guilt, justice, survival. And yeah, it was just really surprising and great. I really want to know your thoughts on this one. Did you pick up this set? Is this a box set of films that really interests you? Have you watched the first one? What did you think of it? Let me know in the comment box below. As always, there's more content up here. You can see more of my stuff. In the description box below are links to Patreon, membership program, and manvfilm.com. Always in which you can support. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.